of his eye. Sit right down, we're gonna give you the scoop with Ryan Pfeiffer and Lisa Doop. Stamma-lamma ding-dong loop-de-loop. This is the story of a guy named Mr. Boop.
You're listening to be Mr. Boop. Ryan is here in spirit.
Okay.
Sorry. My name is Sophia the Mysterious, and I am Mr. Boop.
No, I'm Ryan Pfeiffer, and I'm Mr. Boop.
My name's Lisa Doop, and I'm Mr. Boop. And I just want to say, I've been writing a lot of taglines recently, and I have been on a roll.
Uh-huh.
These are every time one of my new ones have come up.
If you say so, Lisa.
Ryan is here in spirit is hilarious.
No need to toot your own horn.
I am.
Okay. Okay.
Doom toots as he pleases.
Lisa, Ryan, it's Saturday, June 6th of 2020, and today we're reading the 109th ever Mr. Boop strip. What happens in today's Mr. Boop?
In today's Mr. Boop, that's a wrap.
Whoa.
A dirty rap, if you will.
That's all, folks.
A dirty rap, if you will.
That was my Porky Pig impression.
Okay.
That's all, folks.
So this is 4 panels.
Actually, Sophia,
It's
this
8 panels.
is 4 pages. With 8 or 9 panels, depending on who you ask.
Okay.
I would say 9 panels.
Yeah, and I'd also agree.
In total.
9 panels.
Okay. Oh,
Right.
I thought we were doing one. First we do 4 and then we do the other.
No.
We are.
No.
Okay.
So page 1,
Okay.
4 panels. But in total, there's 9 panels. Page 1.
Page
4
1.
panels.
We see the most hard flies we've ever seen in our lives because we see all
That's
these
in
characters
panel. That's in panel
populating.
1. Yeah, well, okay, you're reading a lot into it, which is probably correct, but all we see is the very top of Betty Boop, Alec, and Sonic the Hedgehog's heads, and also Bugs Bunny's ears. And yes, they're surrounded by heart flies, which take up most of the panel. They're floating up in the air.
I think there's 12 of them.
Sure, and there's just motion lines all around them.
Yeah.
And that's all we see in this panel. The rest is void.
Yeah.
Panel 2, we get a shot outside of Betty and Alec's home for the first time. So they have like a normal. Like,
I'm pretty sure first time in canon, but we did see their house in the bonus guest strips.
Did we?
Yeah, that was in the one where we see an exterior shot of it, in the one where they're sleeping, and so on and so forth.
So it's like a normal suburban house,
Yeah.
but double doors for some reason. There's like a little sidewalk path cutting across their lawn up to their door, and it's like they have double doors for some reason.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, true. Some bushes around their house and a tree on the left side. We see some clouds in the sky, and we see a mailbox in the foreground. Up front, the flap is up, which means they have mail, or someone just came by and put it up for laughs. And on the mailbox it says "The Boops." And there's 3 big heart flies floating above the house because there's so much love in the house.
They love each other.
Yeah.
Panel 3, we zoom out even further from the situation. We now see the entire Earth. We see just the globe in space. We don't even see any stars. It's just the Earth in a void. And 3 heart flies are floating above the Earth in space.
And I would like to avoid talking about it.
And they're dark. Nice callback. Panel 4, Getty, who, if you will recall, is God Betty. She's real.
Sophia.
She's real.
On your week, you asked if she was real or if a figment of his imagination.
Now we know.
Yeah.
It's probably
great.
real, or it's
I mean, he drew this, so like, who knows?
artistic liberty.
Yeah.
Yeah. She pops up in front of. It zooms out further, and we see her in space in front of the Earth. She's giant, you know. It's like. Have you seen the movie Eternals? Anyone seen that?
Not sure.
No, stay silent.
Yeah, you don't need to watch it. It's fine. But it's like she's the Celestial. Great reference. You know, it's her normal look. She's naked and everything. And she's like waving to the audience, and she's got a speech bubble and a thought bubble, and the speech bubble says, "That's all, folks." Electro point. And sure, you can read her thought bubble.
Fuck. Alec is so hot. I wish he was my husband. I like this.
Electries after fuck, electries after hot, electries after husband, and my is in all caps and underlined.
I love desperate characters. I gotta tell you this.
I love Desperate Housewives on ABC.
It's the same thing. No,
I
like
love
characters who are just,
Despacito.
I love characters who like desperately want something that like they're weird about it. Like I just like when that's a trope, and this is really doing it for me. Like, oh man, this is so hard. I wish he was my husband, but like you're God. Could be your husband, probably.
Yeah.
And you are his wife. You are
Yeah.
his wife. You know. Fun
It's
stuff.
weird, yeah.
Can I be?
Page 2.
Can I be the voice of this character?
Of Getty.
Yeah.
No.
Anytime we see
Not a Getty.
Getty pop
Not
up
Getty.
again.
The other.
Oh, I see.
Oh, of the character in page.
The character
page
we're about to
2.
be introduced to, sort of unofficially introduced to. Page 2, and yes, the answer is yes. Page 2, panel 1. Panel 1 is the previous page. This is a bit confusing describing this, but panel 1 of page 2 is just the previous page of the strip.
Yeah.
Page 1.
But zoomed in slightly.
Zoomed, yes, ever so slightly.
With the second one, we see that it's being seen from a computer.
Yes,
It's
panel
7:12
2 is we zoom out further. It's actually so that's actually what it is. It keeps zooming out so that the first panel is zoomed out from the previous page to show that it's a page, and then panel 2 is zoomed out even further to show it's on a computer. And what we see on the computer is it's opened up to the web page.
Do you think
Mr.
he's
Boop.
viewing this on? Yeah, is he doing it on MrBoop.com or
On Mr.
Alec
Boop.
Robbins?
Tab, yeah.
And she said,
MrBoop.net.
And she's
that
got
a speech bubble. Let's
it's like a flat monitor. There is a speech bubble. Hang on. there's a little menu at the bottom with a start and a folder and a Pac-Man symbol.
and
That's
Word,
interesting.
Microsoft Word.
And Word, yeah, Microsoft Word, probably. The Pac-Man one is interesting.
Yeah.
The Pac-Man one is probably the browser because like usually you see the app that's open down there, right? And it's not Word, and it's definitely not
Maybe that's an oversight.
Explore It.
It's also got a big
yeah, but-
cursor. We see the cursor on panel
The curse
3
of
of
the
the previous
dinner
page.
table.
What? Did you say curse of the dinner table?
Okay.
And also it says that we see a little volume thing, whatever, but on next to that it says that it's 7:12 a.m.
PM.
I think it says a.m.
PM.
it
It says
says
PM.
PM.
No, I can see it bigger. Yeah, it's definitely PM.
Okay, it is p.m. I zoomed in. I
Which
thought it was a
one of us is
lowercase
closest
a,
to that time.
but it would be reversed. Yeah, it is
Which one?
p.m. Okay, and there's a speech bubble coming from off panel. It's in the top right. What does it say?
Yeah. So there's a speech bubble that says, no. It's not like an official Betty Boop comic.
Now this is why we got Sophia on this week. Because
This
Nonna,
is why she requested to be on
Yeah.
this week.
This is actually a very funny This is a very funny story Sophia has. With
No,
this
no.
word, actually.
The once
can
when I
tell
was a
the
kid, I wrote a fan.
Wait. First, let's explain what the audience what the word nonna is,
Well, that means grandma.
if they don't know
Much.
in Italian.
Yeah, in Italian. And when I was a kid, no, but I don't want. I'm not sure what to say.
You don't have to. No, I can just say the funny bit.
Okay.
Okay, and
But-
leave out the embarrassing stuff. Listen, basically, she wrote something where there was an Italian American character or something,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, yeah.
Where the character was like, "Oh, I'm so attached to my Italian heritage," but they didn't know. The only word they didn't know was nonna. Like they had no idea what nonna was. Which
I guess you could say to them that word was non-existent.
No,
But
that's
that's the
not the
thing
funny part.
about-
The thing is, that usually that's one of the words.
Okay, well,
that
I was
Italian
making a funny
Americans
part.
would know. But what
Yeah,
if you're so
that's-
ignorant
usually
about
that's-
geography and history that you know?
Yeah, usually that's what Italian Americans know the most, and she didn't realize that at the time. But it's like, oh yeah,
But this character, he was always
Kinda
being
making a
himself
statement.
up. He was like, oh yeah, how do you say grandma? but he spoke in the rest of his diary. He spoke perfect Italian.
a coincidence, eh?
Yeah.
That's the language you have fluent in. Anyway, panel 3 of page 2, we see this character looking at her computer. There's a potted plant behind her and a bookshelf behind that with, I don't know, like, what, a baker's eighth on the
What?
books on the shelf and a
A
picture
baker's
frame.
eighth of books?
Yeah. There's probably 8, but give or take a few.
There's 7.
Okay. Well,
A baker's
that's a-
dozen is 13.
well, yeah, that's what I mean.
A baker's
it's
8,
like,
which is not a thing.
no. Because a baker's dozen is like, well, it's 12, but give or take a few. You know.
That's not what a baker's dozen is. It's
No.
13.
no.
It's not give or take a few.
Give or take it. No. Give
No,
or take one or
it's
two,
it's
you know?
give one more. That's
No,
what
a
it is.
And a baker's eighth is give or take 1 or 2.
That no, it would be 9 is what a baker's eighth
No.
would be.
Hey man, I'm the one who's inventing what it means.
You can't, but that's not how the word works.
Yes, it is.
If you're basing it on baker's dozen, then baker's
but
dozen
it's-
is 13.
I'm
So
putting a
baker's
twist
8
on
would
it.
be 9.
Sophia,
What?
solve this argument.
Also, it wouldn't be eighth because eighth is a section of 1. It would be
Okay,
It would be
you hit
if
it,
dozen
Sophia.
is 12. It would be whatever a
Would
collection
a
of 8
baker's
would be.
eighth be 8, give or take a few, or
There's
9?
three
I
is
have no idea
trio,
what you guys
dozen
are
is-
saying. These are very just words.
Trio is 3, dozen is 12, so it would be whatever 8 is. It would be a baker's version of that.
Yeah, give or take a few.
But you said baker's eighth, which would be
Yeah.
1/9,
I have an update about this.
probably,
The
or
Pac-Man
1
logo is-
1/8.
The Pac-Man logo is clearly Internet Explorer in this panel.
Oh yeah.
I disagree. I think it's still Pac-Man.
And
how
she
is
has
that Internet
text.
Explorer?
What?
How is
What do
that
you mean,
Internet
how-
Explorer?
How is that not an Explorer?
You think that looks like an E?
Yes, that's clearly an E.
I believe.
I believe you.
It's
Well,
an
but
E.
you know,
clearly
it's
an
like being on a podcast. It's like when you it's like you have 2 parents and you have to agree with both of them at different times.
No, you don't. You can disagree
E.
with both
You
of them
can
like I
side
do.
with one of us.
No, yeah, yeah. You have to decide to side with one of you every time because there's only 3 of us.
You can make your own opinion.
No.
I'll concede.
Okay, fine. It looks
It's an
like
E,
a.
yeah.
I mean, like, I thought it looked like Pac-Man, but then I thought it looked like Internet Explorer. But I don't have
Panel
to.
in panel
I
1.
don't know who to believe.
In panel 1, it looks like Pac-Man. In panel 2, it looks
You
like
mean
the
panel
Internet
2?
Explorer E.
I can't
Yeah,
see
panel
it.
2, it looks like Pac-Man.
Could be the dragon's head.
I blame
What?
Alec Robbins for this disagreement.
No.
What do you mean
Well,
no?
so it
It's his
adds up-
fault.
What?
He
It
drew it
adds
like
to-
Pac-Man.
What did...
It adds to my theory that the Pac-Man one is the browser, because you know.
It doesn't add to your theory. It proves
does.
your theory.
What? True.
Mm.
So you concede?
I said that.
Good.
Good.
I'm just repeating so that
You guys-
the audience
Huh?
is aware.
Nothing.
They're
I was
fighting
trying to
again.
think of a clever insult.
We'll give you time.
No, I don't have.
Not just say one that's brutal.
No, like, gives him nerve. It's not brutal.
Oh, what? Why? I'm not a nerd.
Oh, I'm so. No. Okay.
You're a nerd.
Yeah. Elisa says that to me every day.
What? Rude.
I just. Well, no. It's just.
Oh, no, I'm sorry if
Anyway,
I touched
That's
it.
that's.
Touched a nerd.
Yeah, that's a nerd.
More like, yeah, touched a nerd.
Okay, there's text in panel 2, panel 3. What does it say, Sophia?
What? Yeah.
Yes, I'm
Panel
looking.
3.
Yes, I'm looking at it. I know it's disturbing. I think it's just some weird online joke that got popular.
That's in 2 speech bubbles around this
Yes.
character that we see, who has long hair, and she's wearing like a
bracelet, if you
bracelet, like a beaded bracelet or something
She's just
around her hand,
a regular girl.
and she's holding a smartphone up to her head, not right up to her ear, just like in the direction of her head.
Yeah.
The
you don't
computer
need to
has
do.
a keyboard and mouse wirely hooked up to it. It's not wireless, and it's one of those flat monitors.
Yeah.
And yeah, Lisa described the bookshelf. There's a bookend on the bookshelf as well, and there's like a frame or something behind the plant as well, next to the shelf and plant. What do you think?
We
the frame
have
is?
we have something from the listener mailbag.
Okay.
Previous guest
I don't
host
believe you.
previous guest host Jenny has written to me to
Mhm.
say, "Do interesting things happen in Mr. Boop?"
Thanks for the feedback, Jenny. No.
What does it mean?
What does it mean? It means
No, like, what does it mean? What interesting thing?
nothing. No interesting things happen.
Yeah, but what did she mean? Interesting.
Let's keep reading. Maybe the first interesting thing will ever happen in this strip.
Okay.
Panel 4 of page 2. We see.
White background, the wall.
I think we see a reverse shot. I would say this is a reverse shot of the
Yes.
previous panel.
Yeah.
We see the girl head on. She's wearing a tank top, also, and her expression is like she's like kind of concentrating and frustrated. She's got her hand up to the other side of her head that the phone isn't up to. She's drawn a little bit more realistically than most of the characters in Being a Stroop, and she has eyebrows and like lips, but not like Betty Boop lips, like just lip.
Don't give me none of that lip, boy.
Huh?
Nothing.
And we see a window behind her with a potted flower and like a little a bit of potted like a
Cacti.
long pot of cacti
Yeah, there you
on the ledge inside.
Wait.
And she's got 2 speech bubbles.
Wait, I wanna ask you
What do they
something.
say? Okay, before we say what the speech bubbles say, Sophia's gonna ask a question.
What do you think about how people like they decided that the plural of amogus is amogi, or
It makes sense. I mean, usually when a word ends in S, it does get pluralized to I,
because it's
and it's a mug eye.
That's not true.
okay.
There's no consistent plural like that at all.
What do you mean?
No, when things usually end in S, it does not usually.
Yeah, it does.
I think
No,
You usually
US.
pluralize it to I.
just as much.
I don't-
Just as often it pluralizes to is like yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
But Lisa, you missed
No.
some of the information. I think you meant to say U.S.
You wouldn't say walrusi. You wouldn't say walrus. You would say walruses.
Yeah,
would
that's
say
true because
walrus.
that doesn't come from Latin. Whereas with amogus, they're pretending it's a Latin.
Well, I don't know about word roots, but Among Us also is not a word. It's 2 words. It's not a word.
What?
Among Us.
Yeah,
It's 2 words.
Yeah, that
there's
is
no
2
plural.
words, but
It's
like
a
people
phrase.
say amogus, pretending it's.
I know, but I know what you're saying, but it's like made up.
Yeah, and so people are pretending it's
Yeah, but
Latin.
everything's made up
I
at this
think
point.
it comes from Latin, like cactus.
Things
Like,
are not
I'm
usually made up
cactus
in
comes
that
from Latin,
sense.
but that's a principle,
It's-
right?
What you're talking about is interesting because you said everything is made up, which is true, but when words are made up, it's usually like it's not. It's,
No, okay,
they're
wait,
usually
wait,
not
wait,
made
wait.
up
I got it wrong.
ironically.
I got it wrong.
Like
I got it
like
wrong.
when people refer to
If a-
Among Us as a word like
word-
that, it's ironically it's like supposed to not make sense.
No. If a word ends with us, it is pluralizes I. Like
Walruses.
cactus and focus.
Walruses.
Walry.
It's not walry. That's not a thing.
It is walry.
Prove it. It does not say
What do you
walry.
mean? What do you mean?
That was literally
prove it?
that was literally an example I pulled out of nowhere. There's no fucking way the plural is walry.
What do you mean? Of course it is.
Why would it be walry? No. Everywhere that I see this, it says walruses. Everyone is
We're-
typing walruses. No one says
not look-
walry.
We're looking at the wrong places then. Listen, listen. The English language doesn't make sense, but frequently, it is when it ends with us,
I
it
literally
is pluralized
Google
to
walrus
I.
plural. It says plural walrus or walruses. That's
Listen.
another one. Walrus. You could just say the plural is walrus.
Yeah.
You
could.
wouldn't. No, you wouldn't say walry. That's not a word.
But like cactus and focus. They're certain to cacti and foci. You know?
What?
I'm looking
Focus
at
isn't a plural.
Yes, it is.
No, you say focuses, which isn't a plural. It's.
No, foci
It's
is
a
the plural.
verb.
That's the real plural.
You can't have a plural of a verb. Focus is a verb. What do you mean you don't? What?
No.
What do you mean no? Explain it. How can you have a plural of a verb?
I meant as a noun.
How is focus a noun?
It's the center of interest or activity.
What?
No, wait.
As in,
Focus
if you have
is
multiple
noun
points, if you have
sometimes.
multiple points of focus, you have foci. You know?
Oh, the focus. How do you have That feels contradictory.
I
How
don't
can
know.
you have multiple
Look,
then if it's
if you-
the focus?
But you don't have to. You can have two.
If it's plural, it would be the focal points or something. Like
That's
it wouldn't be
No,
That's
it's
the-
foci. It's really foci.
that.
This one isn't even a
Sounds
bit like
wrong.
walrus. It's true.
Huh?
It's true. It's
No,
this
what was it?
isn't-
What did you
this
say
bit-
before that?
This one isn't even a bit.
Well, walrus was a bit.
Walrus was a bit, yes, but foci
Finally
is
we
really
got-
pluralized. Is really the
Okay, making shit up. I found an article from Quora. What is the plural of walrus? Is it walruses or walry? Considering the root word ends in us.
Yes. See, it's a real rule.
It's not a real rule. This is a person asking on Quora and they're wrong.
No, but it's a real rule that they frequently end in us. Us that goes with I. It's true. It's real.
A Latin masculine noun in the second declension. You know what? Fuck it. I don't know what that word.
I know what that is. It's like I don't know.
Declension?
No, it's because I don't know how to
Declension
explain
impact.
it. So like, you know how in
Yeah.
English is only, for example. No wait, this is a bad example. Like in. Okay, so
There.
no.
There's
Wait.
an article.
Oh yeah, no, the declination. It's when like the different categories of of like how words can end, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
I studied Latin for 3 years.
What if we? You can read the dialogue now.
This is the end of the podcast.
This
It's
is
not.
the end of the podcast.
Read the. No, we're on page 2. Read the dialogue.
It's like ironic humor. I can't really explain. Yes, Nonna. I know Bugs Bunny doesn't normally canoodle with Betty Boop. Electro points. No, I mean
No,
Electries.
no. I'll whatever. There's an Electries after there's an Electries after humor. There's an Electries after boop, and there's canoodle is in quotes.
Yeah.
There's like
Like, why is
And
she
there's
saying
comma-
that? Why
there's also-
has
there's
her grandma
commas.
found this comic?
There's commas after
I think that's
I
the humor.
like yes, and there's a hyphen after explained because the text is across 2 panels. I mean two bubbles.
there's actually 2 primary shadow synopses for this one.
How are there 2?
Yeah. There's one in the replies.
Oh, yeah. Well, I know those shadows. I wasn't gonna get to them until we finish because they're
Yeah. I'm just saying.
No, I want to talk about. Hang on, because you said how did
Also,
her
did you notice
grandma?
how
Did her
did you-
Nona find the comic? I think maybe her grandma was a fan of Betty Boop, so she was like, "What's Betty Boop up to these days?" And so she was like looking into the comic. That's what I think.
That makes
That's
sense.
a funny reading of it.
Or she's just making conversation with her grandma, like, "What are you up to these days?" She's like, "Oh, I was just reading this webcomic. What is it about?" Well, like, this is like if my grandparents asked me, well, like, "Oh, what are you up to these days?" "Well, I'm recording a podcast." "Oh, what is it about?"
Are you familiar with the plural form of words ending with us? Let's take that at the beginning, and then we.
What?
That's how
not,
you explain it.
That's not what our podcast is about.
Yeah, but that's how you confuse them. That's how you get them to stop asking questions about it.
Next.
Are you familiar with the webcomic? Are you familiar with the podcast Being Jim Davis and the webcomic Mr. Boop?
Sure,
No.
grandson.
Well, I don't know
sure,
what to tell
grandson.
you. The conversation would not get that far if I was talking to my grandma. She would be like, "What is a podcast?"
That's true. That's what I was thinking.
So are you familiar with broadcasts?
You know, I was talking about this in one of my. I've never talked about this on the podcast. I've been this year recording a daily vlog thing every year. I mean, every day, sort of. It's called Daily Sweet Talk. I talk to the camera for 5 minutes every day about a random topic. And one day I was talking about the word podcast.
Yeah.
And I don't think I realized when I was talking about it that it's a play on the word broadcast.
Yeah.
I think I was just thinking, okay, pod is an iPod, and cast as in, okay, you cast something. I wasn't thinking of broadcast.
Bah.
Kind of wish
Yeah.
I had mentioned that now.
Yeah.
Do you
I have
agree? Do you agree that the pod part of
Is
the
redundant?
word podcast comes from iPod?
Yes, I do. I've read into this. I wrote when the residents.
I've wrote many
when the residents.
theses. I've based my thesis on this.
No, because I spend most of my time when I'm not at uni or editing this podcast,
Listening to
writing
podcasts.
yeah, and writing for the residents fan database, meettheResidentsWiki.com, and the residents actually did a few podcasts in like 2005, and I actually wrote a bit of a detailed history on the etymology of the word as well.
When is the iPod from? Like 2003?
the iPod? Like I think it was 2005, right?
No, they did not
No?
come up with podcasts the same year
Oh,
the iPod was released.
2001.
Oh, 2001.
Yeah.
Right. You're a little
Anyway.
bit earlier than I thought.
Mm.
When into
wait.
We're
pre
done.
or post 9/11?
October 23rd.
Oh, that's really close.
I just want to show one last thing about your daily vlog series. Yeah.
Okay.
Because I sometimes I sometimes look at what you posted in the semi-sweet stuff channel, and
that's the channel on my Discord where I post everything I make.
Yes, and
Which is the equivalent of what the semi sweet stuffs on Twitter is.
Let me see if I still have it saved. But one of them I screenshotted and shared with a few people.
Oh, was it killing the president?
No, I wasn't.
No, not that one.
Where is it? Oh,
that's what that one was called, right?
I'm not sure.
I believe I have one called
like
Killing the President.
Lords Daily Vlog.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna see if I can find it again. Give me a second.
I don't make thumbnails for those videos, so they are kind of just funny sometimes because I just like take. It's just whatever YouTube is like. All right, here's the 3 options, and it's always me looking really dumb, like.
This one looked like a fake thumbnail from a.
Is it the NFT divide?
No, this.
Oh, let's see. War crimes? Yeah. War crimes, Daily Student Talk number 60. Yeah.
And it's you with your hands on your desk.
I was worried about that one.
Be warned.
It's so funny. I haven't watched it though.
No.
War crimes.
No one.
My face one war crimes.
Face one war crimes. Jesus.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. That's those
I think
videos
we're still doing.
Yeah, we're still in the episode. But if you want,
we're still in the episode.
you've been listening to the Mr. Booth. Oh, geez.
We have 2 more panels. I mean pages.
2 more panels. Oh.
Pages.
2 more pages.
But one of them is 1 panel. It's fine. Whatever.
Oh,
it's fine.
sorry. There's another one. Oh, I'm sorry.
Page 3.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I thought it.
A hand is waved over the last. Page 3, panel 1. A hand is waved in front of the previous panel from the previous page. It goes a little bit gray in the background. The panel is the background, and the hand goes in front of it. There's motion lines. The hand is waving in front of it. It's got a bracelet in front of it on the hand as well. And the next panel, panel 2 of page 3, we see that Getty.
This is interesting. This is interesting that she says, you know.
Well, hang on.
Wait.
What?
We see the hand belongs to Getty, and she's sweating a little bit. She looks nervous. All 3 of her eyes are like lowered. Nervously.
She's doing like a variant of pose 3, I think.
Shut up. No one knows what that means. And yeah, she has a speech bubble. What does that say, Sophia?
Whoop. No, wait, the 3rd one or the... What?
Panel 2. Panel 2.
Whoops, zoomed up too far.
Electries after whoops and far. Why is this interesting?
No, the first panel was interesting because she's saying the hedgehogs guys like from a video game, you know?
Oh my god!
Oh,
I
yeah,
didn't even notice
different
that.
dialogue.
Thank you for good thing you were here. Yeah, it's not the same. It's not. I was wrong.
And
it's not the previous
and she
panel.
says, you bought it from me 1 year for.
No,
Hang on. Let me try to piece this out.
I thought it says talk about it.
We see 2 speech bubbles again. It looks like the same panel. It is the exact same panel, I'm pretty sure, but like copy and pasted. Which is funny. You say copy and pasted. This is actually copy and pasted, but the dialogue is different. It says the hedgehog guy is like from a video game, you know, Electries, but it's obscured, so we only see part. We after everything after video is obscured. And the second panel says something like, So I do think this dialogue was fully written out before it was like covered up.
Yeah. But like, if you see the third panel,
Oh yeah.
it's there.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It's there.
Ah.
The second panel, it says, "You bought it for me 1 year for Hanukkah. Remember?"
Yeah, listen, no, it's
Hanukkah.
interesting because I thought you guys already noticed.
Hanukkah. You bought it for me 1 year for Hanukkah. Remember?
It's interesting because
So-
that means she's Jewish Italian. She's a,
Yeah.
or maybe that's
Italian.
Yeah.
Oh,
just
oh,
because she calls
okay.
her grandma Nonna. But I don't
Maybe
know.
maybe Jewish people will say
do
that too.
I thought they called them booba or something.
Boo.
No,
Or
you're
boba.
so no, like with a B. You're so, no, no,
Yes.
Oh, God.
Booba.
no. You guys are mean. I
BW.
think this is real.
Bubbeah.
Yeah.
Is that? Yeah. Bub.
You guys are mean.
Have you seen the TikTok of the person finding like a dog or something, and they're like, "Oh, what does your name tag say?" And then they flip it over and it says, "Booba."
No, no, I didn't mean it that way. I meant it for real.
What?
Yeah,
no,
no,
I
I'm
mean
also
we don't
saying
know
it's
that the
real.
pet meant it. That pet with that tag meant it that way either.
Yeah.
So as Sophia referenced, panel 3, we zoom out a little bit more. Getty is
It is
kinda
booba,
covering
but I don't know if it's
covering
that's-
her-
I know. I said it too. I even spelt it out.
Oh,
Yeah, she did.
oh.
Getty is holding the panel. Hang on.
Nearly tripped over.
Getty's holding the panel like in front of her crotch, and still looking nervously and sweating. And her speech bubble in this panel says, "I wasn't supposed to show you that yet. Electries after and yet and comma after I."
Oh, I love this wobbly mouth.
Yeah, she kind of got a like nervous smirk, grin, whatever. And yeah, so this is how we can see the dialogue in the second speech bubble in the variant of this panel. Copy and pasted here, and because Getty is holding the panel, it's like erased around her fingers, and we can see some of the dialogue like it leaked into her fingers a little bit, like it wasn't completely erased.
Yeah.
Panel 4.
It's covering her pussy.
Her pussy.
Okay, panel 4. A closer shot of Betty. This is like how she looked in panel 2. Of this page. Did I say Betty? I meant Getty.
Yeah, cool.
God, Betty. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
She's still
Getty
sweating.
images.
She's sweating even more now. And her eyelids are like she looks sad or disappointed or whatever. Or, I guess it's meant to be nervous, but that's how she looks.
Yeah.
She's got 2 speech bubbles in front of her because she's taking up so much of the panel. They're not like around her; they're just in front of her. They say here, Lisa, you read these.
Just pretend you didn't see anything. That's speech bubble 1, and there's electries after anything. Let's move on to book 3, and 3 is spelled in Roman numerals, and there's electries after it.
Yeah, Roman numerals.
Yeah.
I agree.
I also agree.
I agree with that as well.
You've been listening to Be Mr. Boot.
No, there's one
no,
last page.
no.
One
Sorry.
final page.
There's one final page. Worth noting. I will note this after. The final panel, which takes up the whole page, is just black, the color black, and white, drawn white text over it that says, "End of book 2." And
But
2
this is
in
something
Roman
else to
numerals
note.
still. Right.
The title
The title at the top of the page above the panel that's always there.
is black.
Mm.
It's completely
out.
black.
It's as
does
opposed
it
to being
mean?
colored in with like the gray watercolor highlight he usually does. It's just filled in black completely.
What does it mean? What does it mean?
I am going to look to see if he did that with because I think he did the same thing for book 1, but I don't know if he did that with the logo. So let me see.
Whilst I read, whilst you do it, should I read the shadow synopses?
I already see he did. He did not. I mean, he did do that for the end of book 1. But worth noting, for the end of book 1, he overlaid a bunch of strips from that volume, which he did not do here. And there's no dialogue or anything. It's just black with end of book 2.
It kind of reminds me of the title smash cut in like Akira. You know what I mean?
Never seen it.
I've
Here, you
seen
can
it,
read
but
the
I don't
Twitter
remember.
shadow synopses.
Okay. Shadow synopses. End of Boop 2, and there's double spacing between each letter. Oh, except for Boop. When it says of, I mean, there's no double spacing. Which is a reference to End of Evangelion. And in brackets beneath it says, taking a quick break, and then Mr. Boop will return with the next exciting chapter. There is
follow-up tweet.
a response, says, thank you for reading so far. I love book 2.
3 electro
and
points.
And book 3 is going to be even more wild if you believe that's possible.
Hang on. That was confusing. The 3 electro points were after so far. Okay,
Yeah.
continue.
I love book 2 and book 3 is going to be even more wild if you believe that's possible. In the meantime, I've updated the Mr. Boop site again and every strip so far for easy rereading. Should we cover that again?
MrBoop.net.
No,
What?
no.
Oh yeah, let's cover all the strips up to this point now.
Yeah.
Since he referenced that.
You
I mean, we could cover the updates that were made.
you've
it's
been
on the way back.
listening to Being Mr. Boop.
We're not done.
We didn't do the
Secondary
shadow
shadow
What?
synopsis from
Third
the Patreon.
shadow synopsis, in a way.
I would say secondary. I would say all of that was just the regular shadow synopsis. And this is the secondary shadow
would.
synopsis.
Oh, you guys were
Yeah, I
for real.
would.
I thought you were joking.
No, there's a secondary shadow synopsis on the Patreon. Alright, so this is the end of book 2. Alright, so this is the end of book 2. Another multi-pager. Don't spoil it for the non-patrons. 2 electro points. Maybe we should have read this first since it was technically posted first, but whatever. I'm going to take a little break after this and then dive back into book 3. Thanks for riding along with me so far. It's about to get even wilder. Next paragraph. I'll try to post a few goodies on here in the meantime, but... Wait, what are you saying?
I was going to ask how many books of Mr. Boop are there again.
4. Yeah. I'll try to post a few goodies on here in the meantime, but maybe not. Could be quiet on the Patreon front for a quick bit. I really don't want to wait too long before book 3. I want to keep the momentum going. 2 electro points. But you know, we're in rough times, and I'd rather let the dust settle a little bit before posting more goofy comics. Rough times is capitalized. Plus, I was working on a new game before Mr. Boop went viral, and I really want to get that going again. I don't think...
That's not happened.
Yeah, that is not... Mr. Boop has been over for over a year now, and that has not happened. He's been working on other comics
Crime
instead.
Hot.
But
Mr.
you need
Group,
the Crime Hot video
Mr.
game,
Group.
didn't you?
Did he?
That was like just an e-reader. Paragraph 3. Anyway, Electries, I'm so excited about what's coming next. Hopefully the tease in this finale is enough to tide you over. Oh yeah, there was a bit of a tease, wasn't there?
I do love it.
But not for the next volume.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert.
Volume 4 is when I really start to love this book. But, yeah. Anyway,
I think
that's a
it's
little
fine.
tease for you guys. What? Okay.
Well, we'll
Guys,
get to that when we get to that.
Can
I don't
we-
know. I don't think. Well, I don't think there will be anything to get to. I just think.
Guys,
I
can
think
you
it's
let me go
fine.
to
It's
bed?
interesting.
please.
There's 2 more paragraphs.
What do you mean there's
There's
2 more
nothing else.
paragraphs? You guys spent an hour reading the Dirty Blues or Dirty Rap. Or Dirty...
That was not an hour.
Yeah,
Also,
it was.
read the print books. 3 electro points. And there's a colon after re. Hyphen. Is that what this called? Hyphen?
Yes, it's a hyphen.
Yeah. I have a small amount in asterisk, small amount of extra copies of Mr. Boop Volume 1 that I can sell. I will
Nice.
put them up for sale at some point soon. Not very many, mind you, but if anyone in here didn't get one, you'll have first dibs when I put them back up. They'll go fast, though, so, Electries, just be quick, Electro Point.
Like Sonic.
Hyphen again. This is true. Hyphen again. I do still want to print a volume 2. 3 Electro Points. Not sure when, but you'll also be the first to know here. Stay tuned, Electro Point. Next paragraph. Stay safe out there. Donate and/or protest if you're able. Defund the police. Finally, after that,
Sure.
there's less than 3 hyphen Alec. And that's the end of the secondary shadow synopsis. Yeah.
I
He
believe.
took a 2-week break, right? 2 weeks?
Yeah, 2 weeks.
And we will also be taking a break. When are we coming back? I don't remember.
In 2 weeks. I don't know.
Is it 2 weeks or is it more than that?
I was gonna. Yeah, he took a 2-week break.
So
we'll be back.
1, 2, 3. We're taking a
on the
3-week break,
28th.
I'm pretty sure.
What?
No.
Okay.
2 week. No. Yes. No.
I thought it was 2 weeks, but
We're
we'll be back. We'll be recording
28th.
on the 25th next, right? What?
Yeah,
and the next
we'll be
episode will be
we'll
on
be
the
posting again on the 28th.
But will there be bonuses between then?
There will be bonuses, yes.
There will be bonuses.
Guys,
Don't worry.
There will be blood.
I know that
I mean bonuses.
I sound annoying, but it is
Sophia,
1 a.m.
You know you don't
We're
sound
about
annoying.
to end it.
No,
You're-
you
you're-
end. I don't
you're-
want to end it anymore.
You're the host.
I'm not the
the host of
host
the
anymore.
episode.
You did
You
whatever
have to-
you wanted.
You
Now
Come
you
on.
host.
No, you're
You
the
host.
host. End
You
it,
were.
end
I
it.
thought you were worried about sounding annoying.
No, now I'm not worried anymore. You host. You've been listening to
End
Be
it.
Mr. Booth. The end. Wow.
Thank you and
You
good
can,
night,
you can
everyone.
visit the show's website at www.beingmrboop.com for a full catalog of episodes and to sign up to host the podcast. Lisa is walking away. For more updates, follow at Mr. Boop Pod on Twitter, or at Kane106 on Twitter, or at SemiSweetStuffs on Twitter, or at Lisa Dupe 2 on Twitter, or at Being Jim Davis on Twitter, or at Alec Robbins on Twitter, or at Inscrutable Taco on Twitter, or at Sophia
Kid.
the Mysterious on Twitter. That's not real.
Yeah.
That's not a real account.
It might be.
It might
Throw
be, but
people
it's
off
not
your
Sophia.
No, it might be because throw people off the scent.
Oh, yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Oh, I see what you're saying. Maybe it is. Maybe it isn't. Who knows? Thank you and good night.
It isn't a real account.
Well, it's married to the world famous Betty Boop. Gee whiz, what a lucky guy. So in love, might make you puke. She's the apple of his eye. Sit right down, we're gonna give you the scoop with Ryan Pfeiffer and Lisa Dupe. Stamma ding dong loop de loop. This is the story of a guy named Mr. Boop.
This podcast was brought to you by the Pitch Drop Podcast Network. Like what you just heard? Support the show by going to patreon.com/pitchdrop. And while you're at it, check out pitchdrop.net for more of this and other shows.